Welcome to the Employco HR Chat. I'm Rob Wilson. With me is Jason Eisenhut.
Hi, everyone.
So, Jason, the President Biden recently, I guess, post State of the Union speech,
back in March,
released his proposed budget for 2025, which, of course, they're still trying to get through 2024. But his 25 budget contained a couple interesting things. So as everyone's familiar with the Family Medical Leave Act, which has been around for quite some time, he's proposing some changes.
Yeah, so FMLA for employers with 50 employees or more provides job-protected, unpaid leave of absence for your own serious health condition, caring for a loved one, something like that. President Biden's proposal would require something similar reasons, but it would change it to paid. So paid 12 weeks of leave for your own serious health condition or caring for a loved one, along with a couple other caveats, like 3 days of paid grieving time if someone in your family passes away, and 7 days for just paid sick time. So if you have a cold or a flu that doesn't go away, his proposal would include 7 days of sick time for workers across the country.
Right. In that case, 7 days of paid sick time. There's no you're sick. You're paid sick time. So,
right.
Which is interesting. There's a big in Illinois and Chicago. We just went through having a paid sick time be implemented, and there you have to earn it based on every 40 hours you get 1 hour,
right,
and up to a week. But if this was to pass, I mean, this would be so expensive for businesses.
Yeah, and this would be the biggest change in decades in terms of like paid benefits for employees across the country. He's proposing that the Social Security Administration would oversee it. So it's just a proposal at this point. For actually the law to take effect, Congress would need to pass legislation for it. So it's really, at this point, it's just more of a proposal. He's tried this a couple other times in the past. I think 2021 was one of the first years I saw it out of his proposal. So in my opinion, I don't think it's very likely this will pass. I just don't think it would make it through Congress. So whether or not it actually passes is to be seen. I just don't think the odds are pretty high for it to pass.
Right. He'd get the votes probably in the Senate, but the House being controlled by Republicans, I can't imagine them approving it.
Right.
Because the cost on it, if you had to, you have 51 people or 50 or more, and you have to a 12-week paid Family Medical Leave Act, that would be extremely expensive, because in most cases, either you've got someone doubling up on work, either you're bringing in a temp, or you've got overtime because you're spreading that work around for a number of people. So it would be very expensive to see this put into place.
Yeah, especially if it is at that 50 employee mark, boy, those businesses would be hurt. I mean, that would be really tough on those businesses from 50 to 500 or something, that small to mid-sized business. The Fortune 500, the big companies, they may already have company paid short-term disability that maybe already satisfy the requirement, but I think those right around the 50 employee mark would be a big financial burden for them.
Yeah, and actually that brings another point, but we're trying to be quick and short in these. But when you look at what are you buying short-term disability, long-term disability? Obviously, a lot of people buy voluntary, but most companies that have 50 to 100 employees don't buy company-paid short-term disability.
Right.
So, a lot to think about, but it's a long way to go before this gets enacted. So, it's got to pass both all through Congress. So,
that's right.
But just interesting that they keep pushing the idea.
Yeah.
So. But if you have questions on Family Medical Leave Act or other compliance issues or regulatory issues, feel free to reach out to either of us. HR@employco.com goes right to Jason. So happy to help if you've got any questions.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks.